I do, Miss Blacklock, yes?
Yes, they do look nice, Mitzi, thank you.
The dip is not quite perfect, but the sandwiches, in them I have put the pate.
The pâté? Not my pâté de foie gras.
It is delicious.
It was a present. It came from Fortnum and Mason's. I was saving that for a special occasion, Mitzi.
You tell me to make sandwiches, I do it.
Well, I was rather thinking of cheese.
Your English cheese tastes like soap.
Well, we like it.
Do you need me anymore?
No, thank you. You can go. Are you going out?
I have things to do in dining room, and then I go to my room and lock myself away.
Yes, well, before you go into hiding, could you make sure you let the guests in when they arrive? I've decided to keep the front door locked this evening.
I have everything here. Head cook, bucket washer.
Bottle washer.
That's two.
Not long now. Aren't you worried?
Not at all. Why should I be?
Well, supposing this isn't a hoax, supposing some maniac is going to commit a murder here, tonight.
Why, Julia, you're the last person I'd expect to take it seriously.
Well, I do have butterflies in my stomach.
Well, get us both a drink and try and relax.
What bothers me most is Miss Marple's comment.
Oh, forget about it. Miss Marple relishes this sort of thing. She's a real old busybody.
But quite a clever old busybody. And if she's right, who is going to be the victim?
No one. Either it's a joke or someone who wants to get even. Someone I owe hospitality to, and it's simply slipped my mind.
But if it isn't that...
Oh, Julia.
One of us is going to die.
Look, I don't want to talk about it. It's nonsense.
It could be you. Or worse still, me.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, it has to be someone in this house. Patrick, there are times where I could strangle him. And then there's Bunny.
Oh, poor dear Bunny. Perish the thought.
I've seen you driven to distraction by her before now.
Yes, I know. But we've been friends for years. Ever since childhood. I mean, she can be a little bit irritating, but oh, what a horrible thought.
Well, on a happier note, perhaps it will be Mitzi who gets the chop. Oh, she gets on my nerves.
Oh, that's hardly a good enough reason to murder her.
Philippa puzzles me. Who is she? Where does she come from?
Oh, now you know exactly who she is and where she comes from.
I've only had her word for it.
Well, same applies to you and Patrick, doesn't it?
But Mother wrote you. Asked if we could stay here.
Yes, I know, but supposing it was a forgery.
Oh, I see what you mean. But it wasn't.
I'm sure it wasn't. Just like I'm sure about Philippa.
Well, it's all going to take place at 6:30. And this room will be the scene of the crime, I suppose.
This is a crazy story, Letty. It just doesn't make sense. If someone intends to commit a murder, why on earth announce it in the newspaper for everyone to see? I should have thought it would have been wise to keep quiet about it.
Philippa's right. It's crazy. It's got to be a madman.
Well, what about a mad woman?
Oh, it's a wonder the police haven't been round here.
Oh, I shouldn't imagine the police would take it seriously for 1 minute.
Do you?
Of course not. It's too silly for words.
Well, you don't sound too sure of yourself.
I certainly am. It's just someone who wants to come round for an excuse for a drink. Now, I don't want to talk about it anymore, so let's just forget it, shall we?
Oh, poor old Letty. It's rather getting on top of you, isn't it?
No, it isn't. But you keep going on and on about it, and I don't want to talk any more about it. Do you understand? It's stupid, childish nonsense.
Quack! Quack, quack! Quack, quack!
What is it, Bunny dear? What's wrong?
Infernal noise they make, Letty. They're all out on the back lawn.
Oh, my goodness, the ducks. I haven't fed them up there. Have you been out like that?
Like what, Letty?
Without a coat?
Well, I only went down the bottom of the garden to throw some rubbish away.
Well, Dr. Robinson would be very annoyed if he knew, and I'm not sure I shan't tell him.
Oh, please don't tell him, Letty.
Oh, God, you'd be the death of me. Anyway, I really must go and lock them up.
Well,
I shan't be a minute.
I'll do it.
Oh, no, certainly not, Philippa. You've been working all day. You just try and relax.
Well, I'll go.
Oh, no, thank you, Patrick. I'd rather do it myself.
If I'd have had my galoshes on, I would have done it for her.
Yes, and I noticed you stayed discreetly in the background. Afraid of getting your hands dirty, are we?
No, my new dress. As a matter of fact,
That must have cost a bomb.
oh, a friend bought it for me.
Oh, like that, is it?
Ask no questions.
Death War black chiffon.
I beg your pardon?
Well, if you're the murderer, death wore black chiffon would be very appropriate, wouldn't it?
Oh, if you're trying to be funny, I read a book called that once.
Are you sure, Bunny?
No, it was called Death Wore Black Lingerie. Oh, no, that's not it. I know, it was called Death Wore Bra and Panties. That's right, definitely. It was a nice book, but there were some parts of it I didn't quite understand.
Oh, that is something you can do for me, Patrick.
Yes, anything.
This sherry, there's not much left. Could you put this one away and get another one?
Well, there's more than half a bottle.
Well, it's been open a long time.
Yes, but it's not...
Here are Miss Clara Greenwood and her cousin Edward Swettenham. Thank you. You're welcome.
Why you laugh at me?
It wasn't you, it was somebody else, honest.
Keep out of my kitchen.
Missy! Oh, I'm sorry. Clara, Edmund, how lovely to see you.
Oh, we were just passing, Miss Blacklock.
Really?
That's right, isn't it, Edmund?
Yes, Clara, that's right.
We were in the car, and I said to my cousin, who drives much too fast, "Oh, look, Edmund, we're passing little paddocks. Your mother would never forgive us if we didn't drop in and say hello to Miss Blacklock." And Edmund said, "Is it you said, Edmund?"
I said what a good idea that was.
And I said, "Yes, it is, so here we are."
Well, how lovely of you to call. Do sit down. Wasn't it, Bunny?
What, Letty?
Clara and Edmund were just passing and decided to see how we'd call in and see how we were.
Oh, but you said they would. Bursting with curiosity, you said, after seeing the announcement in the Gazette. You did see it, didn't you, Clara?
Was it the one in the...
Right at the bottom of the personal column.
Well, I may have noticed it.
Julia said you'd be here too. Wild horses wouldn't keep you away,
Yes,
she
well,
said.
now that we are here.
Not what you'd expect it.
Patrick, let's all have a drink, shall we?
Yes.
Drinks?
Oh, yes, of course. Sherry, Clara.
Oh, yes, then that'll be fine, thank you.
Edmund.
Yes, thank you. Well, Philippa, you looked very busy this morning.
Oh, things got even more hectic after you left.
Oh, I see. You two have been having secret meetings, hatching something.
There was nothing secret about it, and we haven't been hatching anything.
No, by no means. You see, I had to call in at Dyer's Hall with some honey for Mrs. Lucas.
That's your story.
Julia,
Yes, darling.
I should be careful. Otherwise, a few things might come out that the rest of us would consider rather peculiar.
Hey, drinks, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Oh, thank you, Edmund.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes, one of laced yours with cyanide.
Oh, Patrick.
Well, you can only die once. Cheers.
Cheers. Letty,
Yes?
what time is the murder going to take place?
6:30.
Are you the murderer?
Me? Of course I'm not.
Well, you seem to know all about it.
Well, it was in the Gazette, wasn't it?
I should imagine everyone in Chipping Cleghorn saw it this evening.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Well, it's nearly 6:30, so if anything's going to happen at all, it's going to happen any moment now. Cigarette, anyone?
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes, please, Letty. Thank you, Edmund.
Someone put the lights back on your microphone.
Oh, for goodness sake, stop playing around. It's not funny
I
anymore.
can't see anything. Somebody help me!
Get your hands up! Everyone!
I said, get your hands up! If you want to get out of this alive, do as you are told. You! Hi! Above your head! You! Out of the door! Go! Now!
Can someone put the lights on? I think you're I can't see. Have you guys got magic, Edmund?
No, that was the last one.
Someone please turn the lights on.
They must have fused.
Well, where's the fuse box?
Oh, down!
What is it?
Oh, stay calm. I'll sit with the lights back on.
Letty! Letty!
It's all right, buddy, dear, stay calm.
I'm frightened!
He's unconscious. Must have knocked himself out. Who is he? I don't know. Better get his gun before he comes round.
Someone help me, please.
Oh, no, it's only hurt. Look, there is all.
It's all right. It's all right. It's nothing. It's just my ear.
Shouldn't we call a doctor?
Someone go and brandy.
Not Brandy, a doctor.
Why the handkerchief?
Well, I don't suppose the police are very happy. I've got my fingerprints all over it.
Well, they'll have to be called in, Clara.
Someone seems to have locked her in the dining room.
Why do that?
I have no idea.
Why don't we better let her out? I'll do it.
No, there might be no, I'm going to go home.
Are you feeling better?
Well, yes, I am, Clara. I'm fine, thank you.
Oh my goodness me! What happened?
Oh, let us be sure then.
Oh no! By this man?
Of course, is he coming round?
No!
Oh, here he is.
I know who he is. His name is Rudy Shirts, and he's dead.
Oh,